Episode 146. Are these comics going to make good film and television shows? We got Wonder Woman and we got Red Light. We got a truncated episode today because this is the last few I got left for this week. So let's check them out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a board game designer and a filmmaker. I'm finally back, going to be back on set in a couple of weeks, working on a schedule right now for a reality show. Woo! I'm hoping things now start to pick up. So we'll see. But yeah, excited to jump into this. But remember to give me a like and a subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you can. And if you can't subscribe, please do. I am trying to grow the channel out. And remember, too, that Mark Spears and I, who he does a lot of cover art. He just did a cover art piece for Green Lantern War Journal, where he did a Jon Stewart cover. It looks amazing. Anyway, just did a whole bunch of art for classic monsters, and we did a card game around it, and it's lots of fun. Everything you need is in the box to play. It only takes about 10 minutes to learn, and we're going to be launching this around Halloween. That's right. So check out the link below in the description. You'll check out the link for Kickstarter, where you can get reminded of us launching. And we are going to be launching in, like I said, in October. So we have about almost 400 people that are getting notified. You'll check it out when you sync the link below. You'll see how many people are on the list to get notified. So we're going to have a really good campaign and hope to see you there. But like I said, let's jump into Wonder Woman. This is by Tom King. This is part of Absolute Power, but does it really tie in? Not really. But any deviation from the previous Tom King story is a blessing as far as I'm concerned, because that story sucks. The only reason I'm keeping going with it is because the art's been really good, and it's good to see Wonder Woman drawn well. So this is issue number 12. So he's done 12 issues now, not completed one story. It's been all over the place. I mean, he is just horrible, just horrible. So anyway, the art is by Tony Daniel. So the art is decent. But it's about Diana and Damian teaming up to get information out of Captain Boomerang, which is a Flash villain, and they keep dangling him. I guess they're trying to find out where, I guess, the base is or wherever. I can't even remember what the question is. I remember parts of the story, but I can't remember what they were asking him. I need a location now. All he keeps saying is, I need a location. But I can't remember what it was they were looking for. I'm not reading Absolute Power, so I can give a shit less. I think the whole idea behind Absolute Power is just ludicrous, even for comic standard, where you have to just disbelieve everything in existence that you might want to know about how the world works. These robots, which are Amazo robots, can steal powers from any superhero, no matter what the origin of their powers is. So Superman has powers because he's Kryptonian. Nope, I can steal your DNA. And now you no longer have alien DNA. Now you're, I guess, a human. I don't know how that works. So, you're Shazam. You have magical powers from the Warlock or the whatever. Oh, no, I can steal that, too. Oh, you're Zatanna. Oh, you have things, but you have spells that you can say? Oh, no, I'm going to steal that, too. Oh, yeah, it's the stupid... Oh, you're the Flash, and you get your powers from the Speed Force? Nope, I take that, too. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Mark Waid, I like Mark Waid's stuff, but boy, did he jump off the deep end for that thing. That thing is just... As far as I know people are liking it, but I think it's just stupid and shit. But anyway, they're trying to get a location out of him. I don't really care what the location is. It doesn't matter. So Damian is trying to continually put the fear of God in him by keep dangling him in different positions, and different times. And meanwhile, Diana is trying to treat him like a human being and saying, no, by love, we can, do this. And he's trying to stab her underneath the table. Somehow they didn't realize that he still has a boomerang on him. But, of course, that doesn't happen. And, Diana's patience lacks, and which I don't think that's really her. And she keeps, she smashes his head into the table. Okay. I think they'd at very least, break his nose. If Diana would again, I don't know if she still has her powers. I don't think she can't even use her lasso. The Amazos even stole the powers from the lasso. That's how stupid this is. I mean, this is stupid. Thank God they didn't steal the powers of the invisible jet. But anyway, they keep dangling him. So it goes back and forth. So it is repetitive. And he accidentally cuts the line. So, I mean, that's a really nice shot of Diana. I don't like the outfit that she's in. It's, harkens back to the old stuff, which was fine for back then when she lost the mantle. And then she's like, I'm going to, reunite him with his kid. And they're like, no, see, love works, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, he and his son are fighting. So it didn't work anyway. And she's like, what is going on over there? Don't make me separate you two. And we're back to the dangling. He was going to hit him with his baseball bat, but she tells him, don't do that. So whatever. And it just keeps going on and on and on. And I can't imagine Damian crying to Wonder Woman, but he does. So some of the characterizations of the characters don't work because they don't act like themselves. And they're like, well, Superman, blah, 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 was around, and if he had his powers, if he didn't have his powers, then a meteor can hit. So it was like just extra thrown in stuff that did not require a splash page. So he's like, no matter what you do to me, you're not going to get it. Because he has an Australian accent, and that's my Australian accent. So she kicks him anyway. So it's the love, it's the carrot and the carrot and the kick. And we're back to the dangling again. So like I said, it's really repetitive. I mean, I like the idea of what he's doing, and then after they say they're going to give up, he accidentally gives up the location anyway in Gamora Island. And then we get this stupid Trinity story at the end where they spend 70 days traveling because their dark side is going to be in, is it Mongol or Mongol? They're afraid he's going to do something, and they got to get there fast, but it takes 70 days, and they're all putting up with each other in 70 days. It just didn't make any sense. And they hit him once, and they're like, that's it? Let's wake him up and do it again because because we have to get back in the ship and go back home. It was just stupid. So it was okay. I mean, it's good to see Damian and Diana together, but, I mean, $5 for that story? No, there's no really story there. So you're gonna see a good movie out of this? Hell no. But like I said in the other one with the other Mark Waid book, having the three of them together, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, they should never have done the Justice League. They should have just done a Trinity in a movie and made it a bright, hopeful movie, and it would have been really good. But Snyder doesn't know how to do that. All right, so Red Light, this has taken a hiatus for like 3 years. I don't know how long since issue 3 came out. This is the conclusion now, and it's about the pleasure bot that was stuck in, he had the designer whores her out and makes money off that. But at the same time, he designed her after his wife that died, like in a car crash. And so, but of course, she wants to be her own person and everything. She ended up meeting this little girl, and she gets both of them out. Unfortunately, they are picked back up and brought back to the lab / whatever tower. And she's like, "Where's my friend? You got me back." He's like, "Welcome home." And her name is Natalie. And she's telling him basically to go fuck off. So he's like hugging her. And we find out later what the deal is. But anyway, we see this, long aisle of cells, basically. But anyway, Lacey ends up waking up with the other dude, and he's the one who took her chip out, and they beat the crap out of him to find out where she was. And she's like, don't worry. He's like, because he was like apologizing. He's like, what are you gonna apologize to? Look at your face. I think you paid enough, So anyway, they're reinstituting the girl back into the tower, and she's like, we're going to get out of here, and she gets this snow globe, and she's basically walking him out, and Natalie gets flung back into her cell, and she's like, let me out, and he's like, no, you're not getting out. This is not how you write a comic, by the way. There was like a whole big fight scene that happened off camera. We never saw it. We only see what happens after. So it's almost like she ran out of pages. I don't know what the hell. Why would you take action scenes out of a comic? It makes any sense. She's trying to get to Natalie, and she finally does, and she realizes that that's not Natalie at all, that they're all clones. So that's what was in all the cells. There's a whole bunch of Natalies. And I'm not really sure why he's cloning these girls. It doesn't really say, because unless he was trying to grow new versions of his wife, but why do they have red hair? Because Lacey, I think, had blonde hair before, and that was the design for his wife. And he says, look, I can't kill you because you look like my wife. The other guy lets all the little girls out, which gives Lacey a second to disarm him. But he's like, I wasn't going to shoot you anyway. I can never be without you. And she finally finds Natalie, and she's like, you came back for me. You did it. So anyway, somehow there's a drone that doesn't... all drones that are security drones have like closed circuit. You can't upload them to like the web and have them anything that they're filming, especially security. Why would you want that transmitted throughout the world? But somehow they do. I ain't buying it. But that's the whole ending, is that she gives a confessional that she's a sex bot and she wants to live, and the cops need to come into the business right now, to the corporation, and they just show up and arrest the guy. I don't know. I think the end was a letdown. But anyway, he's like, I can't hurt you. You look like my wife. So, yeah, she had blonde hair before. But she had darkened it so she could not be, blend in on the outside. But anyway, they escape, all three of them, and to live her life on the side. Okay, that's it. We've seen the sex bot thing a million times before. The robots that want to have their own life, and the AI that evolves. We've seen it all 100 times before. And this, I was waiting for them to do something a little different with this, and they didn't. So no, not a good movie. And nope, not a good movie. That's 2 up and 2 down, and tomorrow's Wednesday, so I got new comics coming in tomorrow. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Remember to give me that like, give me that thumbs up if you can. If you can, subscribe, ring that bell, ding, ding. It's free. Why not? And remember, too, if you want to check out the link below to Kickstarter for Mythlord's Classic Monsters, you can play as the Classic Monsters, and you can also upgrade them and get a new characters for your army and add weapons and spells and things like that, and take over various locations like the Mummy's Tomb and things to that effect. It's awesome. Anyway, check out the link below for that, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you again so much, and check out some of my other videos as well, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.